If you guys aren't new to the channel, you guys know I love a squad builder. I love building fun teams that I think will do you guys a good job in-game, and teams that I think are just solid overall. And today, I've built a 100k starter team that I think is super usable for the start of the game. I will say there is one SBC card in here, and I have taken into account his price on Footbin, just to see what his price would be, and added that to the total as well, and it is still within the 100k. At the moment, time recording, it's 94,450 coins to be exact. But this is a team that I think will be really, really solid for you. I have used every single one of these players either in a draft or I own the cards and use them anyway. And I absolutely think every single player on this list is super usable. So without further ado, let's get into the team. If you end up enjoying the video, leave a like on it. Let's go. Okay, so we are going to start off in goal, and we're going to start off with an Argentinian goalkeeper who goes by the name of Gazzaniga, who used to play, I believe, in the Prem. I think it was at Spurs that he was at. I had this guy in a draft, and he was really good. He made plenty of really good saves. I was slightly surprised at how good he was going to be, because I'll be honest with you, goalkeepers are pretty pants across the board. Let's be real. Most goalkeepers, pretty dreadful. If you find a keeper that works for you, then great. Now, this guy, I believe, can be any goalkeeper from the Spanish league, provided he shares either a club or a nation with anyone else in the team. This is a 3-league hybrid, so there are 3 different leagues in this. But yeah, he needs to share something with someone. But if you have a keeper that you like, let's say, for example, you've got Courtois and you like Courtois, stick with Courtois. If you have Courtois, however, I think he is as expensive, if not more expensive, than this entire team. But going into right back, we are staying in the Spanish league, and we are going to Carvajal, a card that actually surprised me with how good he was. In the same draft that I had the keeper, I also got Carvajal. He had an anchor on him, which, in all honesty, I think is possibly the perfect thing to put on him. A shadow if you really want to boost the pace and get him to like 90 pace. But he felt pretty good with the anchor on him. I played him as a wing back because he is a wing back plus. And he was really, really solid there. He did a great job. I like to have one of my fullbacks sort of forward and then the other back. So in my main team, I run a fullback at left back. And then I run a fullback at right back, so that I'm not ever too crazy weak defensively, and I do have that cover. But if you're playing somebody on wing back, I wouldn't suggest having fullback on the other side personally. So you kind of make that choice based on what you've got. But Carvajal looks really, really good, and is just a great little card overall. Then going on to our first centre back, and this is actually an objective card. This is Quaresma. You could kind of look at him and be like, ah, he looks okay. This guy's really solid, very, very good in the air, even though he's only 6 foot, which might seem a touch short for a centre-back, but he's actually really, really solid in the air. You can play him on defender or stopper. I like to have both my defenders on either defender or stopper, so it's nice to have the option of either one of those. He can also play right back if you wanted to play him out there and play him on that fullback, but I would say he's maybe a touch slow for fullback. You could whack a shadow on him and get that pace up to the mid-80s, and then you're probably okay. And if you want to be able to do the false back one side, full back one side, then that would give you that option. Just means you need to get yourself a different Santander centre back. But Quaresma's really, really good, and obviously free, which is very, very nice indeed. Helps a lot with this. Then going on to our next centre back, and this is a guy that, man, if I could fit him in my main team, I 100% would. Schlotterbeck. Absolutely love the guy. So good. I play him on a stopper personally. Just a great little card, man. Honestly, he's so decent. He kind of makes up for the height loss in Quaresma by being 6'3". A lot of people seem to be at the moment having Haaland. Everyone I play has Haaland. I don't know if that's a Div 4 thing, but everyone has Haaland. But Schlotterbeck, really, really good. It's nice to have somebody who's at least got half a chance of being able to compete with a player like that in the air. And yeah, really, really good card. The agility of balance I don't find a problem. And he just, again, real solid in the middle of the field. Going to our left back, and it is another free card. It is another objective card who hasn't popped up there. Let me go to this. This needs sorting EA, by the way. If they've got secondary positions, they should appear when you search them. But we've got Arnus. Sounds suspicious, but he is a very versatile player who is very, very good. Really, really like this card. And now, as you see, I was saying before, he can play false back if you want to play someone false back. For me, if you're running this system, you either play him as a false back or you play Carvajal as a wing back. The other one then plays full back for me personally. So one of them will have a play style or like the Roll Plus. Hello, dog. Apologies. She is very, very clingy at the moment. I think she knows we're going on holiday. And then the other player you have on their role plus, the other one you play on fullback. That is my personal suggestion for this squad. She is slowly falling asleep, by the way. If you start hearing snoring, I promise you that is my dog making that noise. Anyway, up next, we go back to the Bundesliga. There's the snoring. We go back to the Bundesliga and we go to Emre Can. This guy's card for the beginning of the game is always insanely good, and this year is no different. I play him on Holding Plus because he's so good there, and I like to have that CDM in this 4-1-4-1 on that Holding Plus. I don't think I mentioned I'm playing 4-1-4-1. It's my go-to formation at the moment. Again, shout out to Traff because he gave me some really, really good tactics in this 4-1-4-1, and I'm finding it much better to play. If you guys want, I will put it in the description, or I'll put it in pin it in the comment section. Let me know in the comments if you'd like the tactics and you want to give them a look and a try. I will put it in the pinned comment of the comments if that's what you guys would like to see. Just let me know and I'll get that done. But Emre Can's so good, really versatile. Again, you can play him in the centre-back role if you needed to, but for me personally, he's just real good in the midfield. He just does that holding midfielder role so well, so I highly recommend putting him there because he's very good at it. On to the right mid, this is one of my go-to super subs right now, and it is Marlon. This guy is a beast. I absolutely love him. The beautiful thing about Marlon as well is he can be super versatile off the bench. If you are like needing a late substitution, he can come on at right mid, left mid, or striker and be in position, which is huge to see. You need the players coming onto the pitch to be in position. Inside forward isn't my favourite tactic to set on somebody. I do have my left mid on inside forward in my team if I make changes. So I run a player that I normally start at striker. When I make changes at half time or later in the game, my striker moves to left mid. So it's good to have him cut inside because he is normally a striker and will find you those goals. So Marlon on that left-hand side, or if you are happy to have that on your right-hand side, can do that job. If you have an inside forward, again, kind of like the fullbacks, I would recommend having somebody as a winger or staying out wide, just so you don't feel too narrow and you can be attacked down the wings quite easily in that sense. Otherwise, especially if you have a false back behind that player in particular. Up next, we have got Camavinga. Now, Camavinga. This is a pretty bougie little card. I love Camavinga. He is very good. I was very lucky to pack Camavinga, and he is leaving my team no time soon. In my main team, I run him at DM, and he's very good there. But having him either box-to-box or holding, he's so good. He's so good. For me, box-to-box is the ideal. He just gets forward so well and finds such good space. And I don't shoot with him very often. I doubt he's scored for me. He scored 1 goal in 20 games. There we go. But he's just so good, man. I really do love this card. Another option you do actually have, by the way, is you could play him at left back. And then you could move this guy further forward. And then if you've got like a different midfielder you want to chuck in there, then you've got that choice. But for me, I think the positions we've got everyone in here is the correct way to do it, personally. I'm going to leave this left centre mid spot just for a second because we're going to come back to that because that's the position that's up for like the most contention depending on what you do here. But we'll go to the left mid spot, and this is an SBC player, and it's a very good SBC player. It is Dan Juma. Now, this guy is an absolute unit, boys. I love this guy so much. I normally play him at striker, but I play him as a winger on that left hand side, and if I'm playing him at striker, by the way, poacher for me or advanced forward, both very good. But I think I personally run, I think it's poacher I run, I can't remember now, but either way, winger, highly recommend. He's so good out here. Again, I normally play him at striker, so a lot of those goals and stuff have come from him being a striker. But 4-star, super good, super good card. I've only got one a basic as well. I haven't even been adding chem styles to most of my team. I'm putting chem styles on my QPR squad just because it feels like it's a smarter way of using my coins because I'm a fraud like that. But yeah, this guy's great. I highly recommend him. He's about, I think he's about 40,000 coins. Looking at Footbin, he's about 40k, and he's worth every penny. I absolutely love this card. So good. And he is the way that I get the keeper on Chem, by the way, because they both play for Girona. So that's how that one works. Up top, I mentioned him in 1,000,001 different like starter team videos, and it's because he's so good. Correa. I was lucky enough to use this guy in a draft as well. I lost in the final on this draft that I had him, but he scored 9 goals up to the final. And then in the final, I think he scored 2, and then I missed a penalty with him because I'm a fraud. But, 11 goals in 4 games it's pretty insane. I'm so happy with this card. He's so good. I would suggest either a Hawk or Deadeye if you want to get the passing up, but that's entirely up to you. He can play on the right mid as well, so again, some versatility if you want to drop him back to play right mid and then move Danjuma up and then Marlon on the left. Like, you've got real versatility in that attacking 3. It just gives you options, so I highly recommend. But going into this position here, you'll notice everyone is on chemistry apart from the 2 Portuguese league players. Now, if you are happy to have these guys on, one of them be on 3, one of them be on 2, you can go ahead and whack Liga Portugal manager that is either Portuguese or is from Norway, and you'll have either, depending on the nation you pick, one of them on 3, one of them on 2. If you want to have them both on 3, there are 2 players that I personally suggest to chuck in there. You've got 2 options, and it kind of depends on your budget. One takes you to pretty much exactly 100k. One takes you to about 90k. The first player that will take you to 90k is this Pedro Goncalves. He can play centre mid, and he is very good there. Wait, is it him that can play centre mid? Yes, it is. Okay, I was worried for a second that I was lying to you. I think he's really good. It's a great looking card. If you then have a Norwegian manager, everyone is on 3. He's a real bougie option. I love his card so much. He doesn't have any plus roles in centre mid, but I personally run him on playmaker just because it kind of treats him like a cam a little bit, and he kind of plays that number 10 role ever so slightly. Really think he's very good there. Really recommend trying him out. And yeah, if you want to get everyone on 3, that's what you do. However, because I know that some people might be a little bit like, it's okay having somebody ever so slightly off chem-wise. The other option I will show you, he's about 4,000 coins. It's Sabitzer. He's real nice, real good card. For me, you go ahead and you throw a Catalyst on his card because, again, he is going to be your playmaker, so he's going to sort of play almost like a cam at times, but you just get that passing up a little bit. His shooting's already really good, especially in the 4 stats that are important. The finishing's the only one that's ever so slightly low, but it's high enough, I think, for a cam in that sort of system and this early on in the game. But putting a Catalyst on him gives him like mid-80 pace, gives him high 80s in passing, and he's just a great little card. So that is the team I would go with if you're happy to have somebody on 2 chemistry. Again, and it is just dependent on the nation of your manager. But if you want everyone on 3, you need a Norwegian manager, and you throw Pedro Goncalves in there. Overall, this squad I think is super bougie. As I say, with Sabitzer in there, it's at the moment just under 95k. If you put Pedro Goncalves in there, it's literally like 91k. So it's a difference of about 3,000 coins. It's very minimal in the change there. There was an inform option that I was going to suggest in inform Trincao, but I don't think he can play centre mid. I'm going to double check that now. I've literally only just thought of this, by the way, which is why this might feel like a super afterthought. But Trincao, I'm fairly sure can only play cam. Yeah, he can only play cam. Okay, so don't go with Trincao because he can't play there. But overall, I think that this is a really fun squad. I really like how it looks and how it works. Although I've not used this exact 11, thank you, Coda, for snoring. She's a little sweetheart. Although I've not used this exact 11, I've used every single one of these cards, and they're all really solid. I've also used this formation and the tactics that, again, I can put in the pinned comment if you guys would like to see them. Thank you again to Traff, aka Shorty. He gave me those tactics. It's thanks to him, because they have really changed my style of play and made it much easier for me to actually get some wins in this game. So yeah, let me know in the comments and I'll happily drop the tactics down there. But let me know your thoughts on this team. For 100,000 coins, I think this is a really solid starter team. I think you'll get some real luck with this, and it's fun to play with. The sort of tiki-taka style play in the middle of the park, and then just that freedom of versatility in your front, like attacking 3, that you find the blend that works for you. Like, it might be that you prefer Marlon on the left, Danjuma up top, and then Correa on the right. It could very easily be that that's your preference, or you know, there could be some slightly different tweaks in the midfield, or you might want to go with a slightly different defender that suits you, or you might have a player that can already come in here and do maybe a better job than somebody. That's entirely up to you. But let me know in the comments your thoughts on this squad. Hit that sub button if you're new and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. Check out the link in the description for all my other socials as well. Stream on Twitch, stream on TikTok, that kind of vibe. But that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome. I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves. And of course, wash your hands. I point at my hand, but my dog is sleeping on it. Thanks, guys. Take care. See you soon.